We've been culturing these probiotics for about 7 hours now. We have 17 hours to go to hit our 24-hour experiment mark. Let's take a peek inside. I'm going to gently remove one of these containers and we'll take a look inside. Alright, so after 7 hours, you'll notice that these have come out a lot more firmer. A lot firmer than our prior batch. I'm not sure why. And it's only been 7 hours. There's still a lot of whey in here. But at least there isn't as much separation as our previous batch. So we'll see what happens. We're going to leave this in here for potentially another 17 hours. But we'll keep checking up on it to see how it's going. We may take it out earlier if it comes out more solid and yogurt-like than we expected. So we put this back in its yogurt making tray, and it's got the liquid in here. Warm water set at 105 degrees. And we'll put the cover back on and let it continue to culture. Now here's the batch from yesterday that's been in refrigeration for about 8 hours. Let's take a look at the consistency. Remember how there's a lot of separation? What I did is I just mixed the yogurt in with the whey, the solids with the liquid watery portion. That's what makes it all together. And this is the consistency for this particular batch. Though the batch we just looked at right here looks better, looks more solid. This is how this one is. So the first batch, the consistency is like this after mixing the whey with the yogurt and leaving it in the refrigerator for about 8 hours. It has a slight tartness and tanginess, which is good. But I want it to be even more sour, which would tell me that, which would be indicative of more probiotic live cultures in the yogurt. We're just gonna put this back in the refrigerator and we'll see how it is in a few more hours. When you eat yogurt this way and take in the probiotic bacteria in this particular manner, you're not only getting the good protein and fats from the milk that you cultured, but also hopefully 10 to 100x more of the probiotics that was in the original store-bought capsules. This here is the L. reuteri yogurt, or actually milk culture, after being refrigerated. See how solid it is? And this is made with Fairlife Whole Milk. If you use half and half milk with heavy cream and milk, half and half, it comes out even smoother and thicker because of the fat. You'll see some of the whey separation here. See that watery whey separation? And this is much tangier than my store-bought probiotic yogurt. Yeah, this is much tangier. So another 3 hours have passed. Let's take a look at this yogurt. And let's see. You can see some whey underneath. Got a layer of yogurt on top, but it looks like cottage cheese. Let's see how it tastes. slightly tart, but not very tart. On the low side, on the low end. Okay, I'm gonna put this back and let's see, let's try another couple of hours. So after a few more hours in the fridge, this is the consistency of the probiotic yogurt. Continues to have a slight sour tart taste. "20 hours have passed. Let's see how our yogurt looks. So for 20 hours, still a lot of whey. See all that whey? Look at that, it looks kind of like curd. Not improving much. Again, we are culturing this particular yogurt strand with these probiotics. So we got a few of these capsules, and we're making yogurt out of this in whole milk. And after 20 hours, this is how it looks. Not much better than, let's say, even 4 hours ago. Let's see how it tastes. Wow, it is getting more sour and tart. So I suppose that the amount of probiotics, the amount of good bacteria is multiplying. You got to be careful not to introduce any outside bacteria to the yogurt, especially when it's in room temperature or above 100 degrees. So just the yogurt itself, it is getting more sour. So it looks like the probiotic bacteria is multiplying. Now, technically, this may not be actually yogurt. It may just be cultured milk. Now, the goal of this project is to increase the good bacteria by 10 to 100-fold, more so than what's in just these capsules. So we want to be able to assume whole milk or consume whole milk and get the benefits of milk, the protein, the fats, the vitamins in milk, as well as absorbing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of good probiotic bacteria. That's good for your gut. All right, so we got 4 hours more left to hit the 24-hour mark, and I'm not sure if it's going to actually improve it. At some point, if you continue to try to culture the yogurt, there's a tapering off effect where actually the bacteria may actually start to die off because they don't have anything to eat. They run out of milk and lactose to consume. Although this is actually lactose-free milk that I'm using Fairlife Whole Milk, which is actually lactose-free. There is still protein and fat that they can consume. So I put the container back. We have 4 hours left. Now the container on the right we've been regularly checking up on. This one over here we haven't disturbed. So we'll see how this one looks later on in comparison. It's been 22 hours. Let's take a look. It's already late at night. I think we're going to call it a day with this experiment. First batch, the one we've been observing all day. Let's see if there's any differences. All right, so yeah, still very watery. No improvement really. Still has a lot of whey in it. But let's see if it tastes sour and tart. That'll tell us that there's a lot of bacteria. Oh yeah, very sour, very tart. That's a good sign. So even though it doesn't have the consistency that we want, at least it is sour and tart, which tells me that there's a lot of probiotic bacteria, living bacteria in this yogurt. And that is good. All right, let's check out the other container that we haven't really touched. Let's see how this one looks. The one we have not disturbed for 22 hours. All right, look how pretty that one looks, huh? Look how pretty this looks. Wow, look at this. Wow, look at that. But it still has a lot of weight, but better than the first one. All right, a lot less separation, but it is, the consistency still is not firm. It's still very much like very soft tofu. Let's have a taste. Yeah, same flavor, same sourness, same tartness, which again tells us that there's a lot of living probiotic bacteria. So again, this is what we've been cultivating here. All of this good stuff. And the packaging here says 10 billion live cells. I'm not sure if that is per capsule or not, but if that's the case, this thing's probably got hundreds of billions, if not millions, of live cells. And hopefully it does good to my body. Now, once we put this in the fridge, it should have a firmer consistency. But as you can tell, it's pretty runny and watery. But it still tastes nice. It's not going to taste like firm yogurt. Now what you can do with this is you can eat it with or blend it with milk if you want, if you don't like that sourness and tartness. All right. So I think we'll end this experiment at 22 hours because I don't think it's getting any better. And that's that.